governors, to state governors, to local government chairman, they are all under the control of the terrorists in the north. And there are so many videos, video evidence. It's not just coming online to speak. We have video evidence that is coming all the way from the north to showcase all these things. And by the grace of God, we're going to play some for you to see. It is time you remove your envy and jealousy and focus on reality for once. The only thing that could save life in the contraption called Nigeria is a sincere and genuine dialogue through referendum. Even if at the end of the day you choose to be a Nigerian, let that be your own choice, not a choice made for you by someone. Even if there are people who will still prefer to be in Nigeria, let it be their choice. Let's hear them out. Let's see the votes. And let's hear those who want to get out. Why is it so difficult? The most peaceful and the most genuine democratic way to make demands is what we are presenting. We are not calling for war. We are not calling for chaos. The most peaceful and democratic way to settle issues, referendum. And each time you mention it, they will tell you there is no referendum in their constitution. But you and I know that you don't need to have referendum in your constitution for you to do the right thing. You don't need to have a referendum in your constitution for you to even conduct a referendum. By the way, this is not the first time referendum have been conducted in Nigeria. Referendum have been conducted in Nigeria on so many occasions, on so many areas, at different points in time. Even without the referendum in their so-called constitution. So you don't need referendum in your constitution for you to apply it. It is naturally the most peaceful way to settle issues democratically. Every day there is always this referendum in our various homes, in our families, in our activities, in our daily life. It's always there. You don't need to have it in the constitution to do the right thing. But when we ask for it, because of those who are benefiting from the innocent blood that are being shed in Nigeria, those who feel that giving right to the ordinary people to take their decision will now make them, render them irrelevant. Their fraud will no longer prosper. They continue to stand against a peaceful call to save life in the contraption called Nigeria. Are we going to back down? We will never back down. We will never, ever back down. Regardless what they do and what they say, we will continue to pursue the right path to our freedom because we are freeborn. We can never, ever accept slavery or second-class citizenship. It's unfortunate that the so-called Nigerian citizens have accepted their fate. Many of them have accepted their fate under the rule of terrorism. They have already handed over their life to terrorists. So many of them are now playing allegiance to terrorists. None of them can boldly protest against the evil that is happening. The northern part of Nigeria, where terrorists are running rampage today, can easily come and protest for Sharia, and you see the whole street feel. But when it comes to protest against the terrorists that is taking their life, none of them will show up. That is how bad it is. And when we say we don't want to be part of this madness, we are not just saying it out of pride. We are not saying it out of hatred. We are not saying it out of greed. We are not saying it because of our resources. We want to be out of that contraption so that we can live like normal human beings. Because in Nigeria, when you check things that are happening, people there, they do not think like human. So we will continue to speak, no matter what they do, no matter what they say. The only solution to the situation remains Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You can jail Mazen Nandekan, you can jail Mazen Simon Ekpa, you can tear Biafra, you can create different factions of the agitation group, you can infiltrate us as well. I bet you we will never back down. Even if there's only 1% remaining, that voice will continue to echo. This weekend, we have come once again, and I wish all of you a very happy weekend. Today, we are going to be speaking on the rule of law, self-determination, and the importance of fair hearing. Why I am going on this line of discussion, you know that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, is coming to court August 5th. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also preparing for his appeal. These two leaders, who are the face of the struggle, more especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the face of the struggle, and Simon Ekpa, his disciple, have not been fairly treated in their various courts. Their rights have been abused at one time or the other. And the world that claimed to be a place of peace, with their so-called United Nations that is not united, with their so-called human right that is an abuse of right, they are all watching and they say nothing. We will not be silent. We still believe there are some good men out there. There are still some good men out there that will get this information and they will be called to action. It takes only one good man to change the narrative. It takes only one good man to make that statement and things will change. And we will never be silent. Because the enemies we are fighting are not silent. Every day they are changing their ideas. They are changing their method. Every day they are changing their way of operation. The enemies are not backing down. They have all the resources in their hands. Talk of money. They are so rich and connected. Compared to those of us, we are just on our own doing the little best we can. They have all the resources. They have all the money to bribe. And every day they invent different money. Just while we are happy and rejoicing that somehow justice is going to come to ordinary people through the United States. Today you see what is happening. They have succeeded in bribing everything bribable under Donald Trump. And today, what we are hearing from the United States is a different thing, very shameful. A different ballgame altogether. A very big blow. I wish Donald Trump could know what he has done to the heart of the people he claimed to protect, the Christians in Nigeria. I wish Donald Trump would hear the voice. I wish that his heart would be touched, so that he can feel how the Christians he has betrayed are feeling. The enemies we are fighting, they are not relenting, and they will do everything to change the narrative. And already, before your own very eyes, they are changing the narrative. Before your own very eyes, they are changing the public opinion, and you want to keep silent and allow them to change it. Instead of you to focus and do the needful, some of you are even joining them. How do you join them? When you fail to talk about what is happening and you engage in propaganda and blackmail against yourself, like the idiots who are talking against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When we have a serious enemy before us, you see people channel their energy on attacking themselves. We have a serious enemy that is not backing down. And the only thing we can do today is to focus on the unity of purpose, regardless of our differences. Do the needful, because the enemy is not backing down. The rule of law, self-determination, and the importance of fair hearing. That is what we are going to discuss this weekend. And we will try as much as we can to say one or two things, and you are equally entitled to join us and air your opinion. If you have a superior argument, you disagree with what we have to say, feel free to join us. Let us argue responsibly. Let us present our matters to the world and let the world hear us and hear us clear. We will never allow the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be silenced. And we will never allow all the effort of Mazi Simon Ekpa to be in vain. Never. Even if it remains one person. That is why I come online every day. Even if I come online, it's only one person watching, I will still miss preach my message. If I come online, they block everybody and it remains only one person watching, I will preach my message. That voice can never be silenced. We are in a very critical and dangerous time. And wherever you are as a Biafran, you must get prepared. Get prepared for the time we are in. This is not a time to joke. It is not a time to play. It's a time for us to put every effort to work. This is not a time to begin to look at your brother and your sister and begin to talk about things that are irrelevant. Wherever you are joining us around the world, I sincerely welcome you to today's live stream this weekend. Thank you for taking your time to be here. If you are joining us for the first time, I welcome you. I appreciate you. And I want you to like and share and also subscribe to the channel. And I thank you for continued support for those who are with us here every single day. I would like everyone that is participating on today's discussion to keep the conversation respectfully. Keep the conversation respectful. Try as much as possible to keep it respectful. On the comment section, mainly, we know that people hold different views on the issue we will discuss today. Respectfully, dialogue is allowed. Everyone learn from one another. You must not agree with everything we say. You are entitled to have your opinion. Our point of coming here is to engage in critical argument discussion so that the Biafrans can make their choice. We are not here to force anybody to take a decision. In fact, the truth is very, very open and plain. All we do here is to push it out and make it much more louder. So you wouldn't say you didn't hear it or didn't see it. The rule of law, self-determination, and the importance of failure. I touch these issues every day here because of, and we will continue to discuss generally about things that are happening in Nigeria. The situation is getting worse than you can ever imagine. And we will continue to speak for as much as we can. You're welcome, my beloved brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining me, bro. Christian, happy weekend.
Happy weekend, brother. Choose whoa.
Hello, my brother. No.
Yeah, so well done. Thank you so much for coming up once again. And we are fortunate to have you this morning and to continue to discuss the absurdity of the zoo called Nigeria.
Yes.
It's a mind-blowing. It's something that is out of this world, beyond human comprehension. I don't know, bro. Every day, I can't figure it out. How on earth, if it's not something diabolical, that anybody, any human being, in any sense of honesty, will get up and say, I support Nigeria. I support one Nigeria. I'm praying for Nigeria. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, and I want it to work. And it's like praying for the kingdom of darkness to overcome light. That is how evil it gets, bro. Yeah. That is how evil. It doesn't get any more evil than that. Praying for Nigeria to work when it's not ever going to work. Everything about Nigeria is just so demonic. You can't even imagine. And the people, I think the people are part of it. The fact that, like I said, these things happen. They can't even reflect. They can't even like take stock. How can this happen? Where on earth, in the whole of this planet Earth, just every corner of this way, where do you think? Try to imagine where you think, not even the closest countries within the neighborhood, Ghana, all these, it's incredible. And yesterday, I was talking with a friend on the phone in London. I told him that, look, of course, when people say certain things, it's understandable. Some will disagree. Some will say, I don't believe in diabolical or superstitious or stuff like that. But But the truth
Yeah,
of matter is that we live in it's a spiritual world we live in. Nobody, if you
of
don't know that,
course.
the world is spiritual. And even the Western
Really.
world, they understand it. They understand it so well. Because there's this notion that the creation of Nigeria was from the realm of spiritual darkness. And it was narrated how it was created using one Igbo man, one Yoruba man, and one Hausa. Those are the three major foundation of the country. It's just in recently that we begin to have, say, Fulani this, Fulani Hausa, whatever. And but everything that happens is unimaginable that a country, and we are just enumerating it, that what half or even one third of it happens in most nations in the world. The country will, everything will collapse, the government will collapse, but in Nigeria it's just normal. It's just normal. People just talk about it a few days and they move ahead, and nothing changes. That this guy Badabi Amela, what he has fomented, he fomented with Tinubu, with the knowledge of Tinubu and his government, to create a vicious, what you can call um, absentee or fake ministry, if you will. The gravity, the depth of this crime, right?
Yes.
And they are denying it. They try to deny it, but guess what? This is not even this is not even argument. It's like caught in the act, red-handed. All the evidences they have, they open an office, they have an account in Central Bank, and they have. So how can you be denying it? And the money, 20 something billion, and many others, they've been going on. How does that happen? And nobody, everything is just, some are just say Tinubu should fire Bajabi Amela. Really? Is that all? As if Tinubu is not, as if he's not part of it.
He's
And
very much
and
aware
and
of it. He's part
very
of
much,
it.
but that is his life. All his life has been focused
Oluwale
on
life now, Oluwale.
exactly. You know, as if that is not bad enough that just this helicopter was flying the terrorists, Nigerian, this was in the that's lifting them from injury that they say that they are, and I saw the video of it where, hey, God Almighty. So, and you begin to wonder how can all this? So it's just how many persons go even talk about. So the evidence is overwhelming that the government is in cahoots. They are working hand in hand with the terrorists. However you look at it, they are very much aware of it. But and Nigerian people, they either, I don't know what happened to them. And again, I'm not saying that they must go to war, but people should be able to know that what you call your government is not your government, it's your enemy. That's just my point. How can they not see that the Nigerian government is the enemy? They say that there's Kaaba, Kaaba, Kaaba. Well, when you're talking about Kaaba, we know that the Kaaba stems from the creation in the first place. And it's an
Yes.
international body. There's that unseen hand that's in charge of Nigeria. And that is why no matter what you do, you always find a way. Always, it's crazy, bro. It's absolutely insane situation going on. And the Western world, if you are talking about Kaba, they are very much part of it. They are the one holding the country down. It's a global conspiracy. We've said this so many times, and every day it shows, it plays out exactly. Now, American soldiers, they are leaving Nigeria. So Trump has accomplished. How do you explain that, bro? Nothing has been, nothing. What they make things worse than it
Very
were
funny.
before they came. Worse than anywhere. Every day they are massacring, they are kidnapping, they go to barrack, they kidnap, they people send them out, everything. Trump said that they've stopped this, they've done that, they've accomplished. Now they pack and leave. I had, I think it was yesterday I had it, and I was like, really? So what did they came for? Or is it part of that $1 billion project that Trubo has invested in lobbying and bribery? Is taking root.
Shebi, they were talking about 9 million. The revelation that is coming now is 150 million have been
Exactly, yeah.
spent.
100 and so
150 million have been spent to
and
whitewash Tinubu and take him to US to go and have a handshake.
and also that it's obvious for anybody that cares to know, to know that the money is there, limitless
Yeah.
resource. Even 1
Yes.
billion. The Tinubu can commit 1 billion, 2 billion to and these people are so corruption all over the place. They just buy them over. Tinubu doesn't care if Nigeria collapses when he leaves office. He has stolen enough. The wife and the rest of the family, they were saying that they are not after Nigerian money. But that is all lies. But the point is that if he leaves office, whether this year, whether next year or 8 years time, whatever, they don't care what happens. Because everyone that rules, when
And
they
you know,
when
in,
they
in
when they
Nigerian
finish,
law, an ex-president can never be prosecuted in any law court in Nigeria.
it has never happened. It has never happened. But in America, we see presidents that they drag them to court. Trump
Yeah.
was close to wearing, so Trump was close to wearing that yellow jumper that they wear prisoners, mug shot, everything in the law court. But that country is just epitome of evil. So that is what I can understand. Anybody will be talking about one Nigeria, or you pray for Nigeria, or when you talk about the right thing to do, the object, the absolute solution to the problem, they will be looking at you as if you are a wicked person, as if you are divisive person, as if you are the evil one. But they are the evil ones because they are the one encouraging evil. Nigeria, if you are encouraging Nigeria, you are evil. It's as simple as that. It's as simple because mankind, I have said this several, mankind have not known an evil entity like Nigeria, where the government is liaising with terrorists that's spying the people, kidnapping, doing also committing all sorts of atrocities, and they will do nothing. They say nothing. 1 minute they buy all over the place, buy the media, buy the politicians, buy everything. It's incredible. I've never ever seen anything like this. Audio, my brother.
Since they can be able to penetrate Donald Trump cabinet, there is no other place they cannot penetrate.
Exactly.
There is no length they cannot go, because that is the
If it
last thing. That is the last thing we ever expected to happen.
if it turns out, bro, if it turns out, of course, it's been confirmed that those troops have left or they are leaving, whatever. Now, but if it turns out that they have truly, truly penetrated this Trump administration, then again, you then have to conclude that the only solution is just Chuko Kabiama. Aside that, because human being, it's like I don't know how to put it. If truly it ends up at the end of the day that this step Trump is taking, which is pronouncement alone, that
But
he
yes,
has
because the
finished.
handwriting is on the wall. It's no longer a guesswork. It's not just like those ones who are dreaming that he's not going to win the election. By the time he goes and Donald Trump give a handshake like the UK have given, let me see where I'm going
Yeah,
to take him out. And the opposition, none of them has been able to go and make any move. You see what they did at the time of Jonathan? The
yeah,
entire northern governors went to US to hold a meeting. What
with
move
Barack
have
Obama.
this opposition done? What move have they made all this while?
Exactly. Well, I
Even
said it.
UK here, they couldn't go.
I said it that was one other stupid move by Peter Obi, that he would have all these years would have gone to America. He has been to America severally. I think he has either green card or citizenship, whatever. There's a state
Yeah.
that gave him. So he would have found all this while when the tension was low. That is when he would have gone there, met with Trump, met with the Congress, Republican Congress people, explained to them everything like the Fulanis did during Jonathan. But he didn't. Now the ovation is so high, he can't do it now. So, but the thing is, quite frankly, my brother, there's something I wanted to say, just escaped my mind. But it's crazy. It's just so crazy what is going on there. The guy whom through him, Trubu is spending all these millions and millions in dollars, not naira, in dollars, so millions and
Yeah.
millions in the bribery and in all these things in America. He is the one who came out to say that he's believing, because they are working so hard. They are using again, like I said, there's no amount of money, because for him himself, anything that money cannot do, more money will do it. And the
Yes.
money is not his money, it's not from his pocket. Is the money that is from Biafra land, quite frankly, from oil. He just said to the central bank, dish out 100 million, 1 billion, whatever, and they just dip hand into the federal district and just take it. That's
terrorist. That's what it is. Nigeria as a country has been sold to terrorism.
We'll play it after you speaking. We'll play this. Are you there? Where is bro Chris? Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so the guy is the one who came out to say a few days ago that he's hoping that that Tinubu will be able to go to America and meet with Trump. So he's still working on it. It's part of that watering the ground, the clearing the way to shut up people, buy the media in America, try to buy up people surrounding Trump and to make him look away from the obvious thing, which everybody knows that the man, that even during Joe Biden, there was a time Joe Biden, he was going to meet with Joe Biden, but Joe Biden refused to meet him because of the drug, this thing hovering over his head, because that would have rubbed off so badly on the Democrats. So they did not allow Tinubu to, because he has a case in America. Everybody knows that. And that is why up to today, he hasn't gone to America. He was strictly warned not to go there by a former external minister of Nigeria, one Aki, something like that. He warned him, told him to stay away. And for like 3 years now, thereabout, he hasn't gone there. But we know that he has gone to other major nations uncountable number of times. But he fears only America because it's possible they could do it. If they can go to Venezuela and take the president and bring him and, lock him up in America now, they could do it. So anything is possible. So that is the fear that he hasn't. But now they've continued all this while to spend millions and millions of dollars to lobby, to smoothen the ground, so that eventually he will go. So we see how it goes, my brother. How do you go?
It is so sad. It is so sad. That is why some people, if you don't know how devilish the United Kingdom is,
yeah,
the United Kingdom is the problem of this world, the entire world.
100%. 100%.
The problem you have in the world today is the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they are the masterminder of all the evil you are seeing in Africa. They are the masterminder.
100%.
This issue of Tinubu now, they were the one that started the whitewash.
Yeah.
Rolled out a red carpet.
Yeah.
For a criminal. They rolled out a red carpet for a criminal. The next thing, they went to the US to go and make a case for him. You can imagine. A man that even your own observers came and said that his election was fraud. He did not win the election. The election was not credible. And yet, you rolled out a red carpet for him. And you think that, so I don't know why some people still think that these people care about us. They don't care.
Oh, never. Including
the US, they don't care. They don't care about you. They put themselves first.
Yeah, 100%.
The earlier we begin to learn to put ourselves first in anything, everything, the better.
Yeah. They don't care.
If these people could be able to penetrate Trump after all the noise making, who again is going to come? Which government do you think is going to help you?
Yeah.
Only Chukwu can help.
Only him. And it's a combination. It's a combination of so many other factors, including the diabolical factors. Because when you look at it, you discover that because there's something very unique about this whole thing. I always say severally to that Biafra is one thing that they just, it's like for them, they see perhaps like the stroke that will break the camel's back. That is why there's this global, gang up. Even no matter how
serious one,
no matter how empathic the American government, no matter how much they tend to understand, at the end they always seems to like align with the British when it comes to Biafra and Nigeria. So you can see that
with the world in the global decision.
So you see that this thing is deeper. It's deeper than one can imagine. There's just something there, absolutely something there. I've seen on CNN one time, maybe two or 3 years ago, when they talked about it, how they do not want to see Biafra, the global world do not want to see Biafra come to be. So you actually say, why? Why? So this is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary situation. You know, no matter how they fight with each other, but when it comes to that, they want to block it. But I believe that Chukwuka will have a way because he will have the last laugh. I always believe that. How do you agree?
Yeah.
How do you agree, my boy?
Yeah, that's it. The only reason why I don't put my mind on when it comes to this diabolical issue. So Nigeria, with all these their heavy pastors with so many night vigil, there is no praying country like Nigeria. So with all these their prayer warriors every day, still all these diabolical things are still manipulating them and controlling them.
All those people, my dear brother, they are just all those people are prospective pastors. Them, I'm telling you, I can guarantee you.
Some people are literally sleeping in the church, fasting to 40 days and some 500 days, and yet their country is under spell.
It's a fight for survival. Is that survival mindset that rubs off on everybody? It rubs off on everybody, including the big, the small, and the least. Everybody, including the pastors, all of that. Is that mindset? Everybody, nobody, anything and everything everybody does is how to survive. However you do, whatever you do, whether by opening church, lying to people that God say, or either by joining politics and defrauding, or by 419, whatever it is, that is the mindset. That is what drives everybody. And that is what drives the journalism, the media house, everything. It's just incredible. I've never seen anything like that.
Just make the money, that's it. They just want to make the money. Nobody cares about reputation at all. They don't care.
Ekwensu final in the creation of Nigeria, all final. I've never seen, because at the end of the day, this Lord Lugard and their government that did that, man, they did shege. Incredible. But what do you go?
Let's hear what this guy has to say.
The government has sold the country to terrorists. That's what it is.
Who be this guy?
Nigeria as a country has been sold to terrorists. It is not coincidence. It's real. We should be scared. Very scared. We're talking about international terrorism now. These are not homegrown terrorists. That's why when I got the news about the convictions, that was not.
Who be the guy? And is it
a recent? I don't know the guy in person. I just saw the video. I saw the video on X. Then I don't know the guy in person.
Well, obvious. What he said now is what we have been saying all along. I have been saying it for a long time that this government of Tinubu, and even before him, prior to him himself, the country has been handed over, and the British masterminded it. We must never, because the thing with most black people for the most part is that they don't always know where and begin. They beat them. So basically, know where and start. You know, know where when it even stop. I say that David Cameron, the former prime minister, and when he made a statement, he was speaking for the government of the country because he was the foreign minister then. He left, he retired as prime minister, and was reappointed as a foreign minister. When he said that Nigeria is an Islamic country, it was a declaration. So when he said it's not because everybody agrees with it, but they are working on it.
Yes.
You see, all the terrorism when you see they happen for Nigeria, it isn't only Nigeria. It's in the I'm telling you the truth. They are using it
of course,
as part of the measures to actualize that agenda of Nigeria becoming an Islamic country. They are using terrorism, they are using legislative power, they are using foreign donors and foreign bodies, everything put together to get that perfect agenda. Hey, so this man, quite frankly, he's hitting the net. I don't know where he's speaking from. I don't know whom he is, but he's hitting the net. Just like we've said many years, most of them, they will eventually come to where we are. Because if again, the country is brother.
Yeah, the only difference is that they all speak online, and when it comes to action, none of them want to pay. None of them want to support the groups that are taking legitimate action to make sure that things are done well. They
and none of them
come online and make noise and talk about the problem. What about the solution?
Exactly. None of them want to face the solution head on. You see the point? They don't want to face the solution head on because we Kucha are saying that one Nigeria again. At the end of
let's remove Tinubu.
As if Tinubu
is the problem.
The problem has been around from the creation. So you think, say, if you remove Tinubu, it goes up, you are lying to yourself. Severally, of course, if people can keep record of things we say, the things we speak about, if you put Obide or Showore or article, whoever, whatever, you ask yourself, all these hundreds of thousands of terrorists that have surrendered almost all the bushes. that have been so empowered with weapons by the government and the military and everything. What are you gonna do with them? You think they will just disappear? They're just gonna sink to the no way, no way. So they have
And the one that
a
have been recruited and mixed up, will you sack them? How will you know them? How will you identify them?
exactly. They become they're in the police, they're in the military, they're in the navy, everywhere. What you do with them? Every day they are recruiting them, calling them repentant or rehabilitation, blah blah blah. Rob cap. Oh, there you go, my dear brother.
Sold the country to terrorists. That's what it is. Nigeria as a country has been sold to terrorists. It is not coincidence. It's real. We should be scared, very scared. We're talking about international terrorism now. These are not homegrown terrorists. That's why when I got the news about the conviction yesterday, I was actually very cheered, right? It's good to give closure to some of the families of the deceased, right? But then when I heard that Shabab, I got more scared. These are international terrorists. So that means their sponsorship is not from Nigeria. So we have people being sponsored, trained in Somalia, brought into Nigeria. So it appears as if Nigeria has become a hot cauldron. So the country is under siege. And it's bigger than what we are thinking about. We think it's just those guys we see in the bush. No, it's not just those guys with cattle. It's not them. It's way beyond them.
The problem is when they come and give all these eloquent speeches.
Yeah.
Now, what is the solution? You will hear nothing from them.
Yeah. When
you talk about disintegration now, they are the first people to tell you